Welcome to another at-home edition of Slice of KnightLife. I'm Bruce Beck, along with Rutgers Athletic Director Pat Hobbs, talking to you during this really unprecedented coronavirus pandemic. And Pat, first of all, I'd like to know how you're doing. How's your family doing?
So we're doing well here. And again, in our last conversation, I always want to start by just wishing those out there who are suffering from the virus. I wish them the best and well, and hope they're recovering. And I know, those who are also without jobs. You think about them right now and the challenge that they're facing. So, and those are folks that are part of the Rutgers Nation. So we send our best to all of them. We're doing well. We're doing well. The self-quarantine continues. And that's true of all of my staff and our athletes and our coaches. Everybody is doing their part to flatten the curve, and that's the most important thing that we can do in order to save lives. So that's priority one for Rutgers athletics right now.
Pat, do you have a specific COVID-19 work group in play?
Yeah, so I have a group that consists of my executive team, and also with our head trainer, Dave Borchard's on that, and a number of other people who connect to different constituencies throughout our department, because we want to keep the flow of communication constant to our constituencies, be it our student athletes, our trainers, our coaches, our custodial staff, make sure that they're getting all the information they need. So we talk several times a week, 10:30 in the morning. We go through a set agenda. We put a task list out of that, our to-do list, and then we get to work throughout the rest of the day, making sure that communications that need to be made, the updates that people need to have, they receive in a timely way.
Pat, we really don't have specifics in terms of timetable for professional sports. There's just hopes and projections. What about college athletics? What about football for the coming season? Can you give us an idea of what normalcy might be like?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, and it is the great unknown, right? We're dealing with such uncertainty, and that's why we follow very closely the guidance that we're receiving from the university in terms of their timeline. Big Ten is closely monitoring this. I know the NCAA is as well. Partly, we watch what's happening around the world. Some of those countries who are ahead of us, like Italy and Spain and China, and see as they're starting to relax their restrictions, what's happening. Is there a resurgence of the virus? Will there be a need to continue some of these restrictions further on down the road? Because we need to get back to training camp right around August 1st in order to be able to conduct the football season as we normally would. There's conversations that are happening about could you do an abbreviated season? There's even been conversation about if you really had to, could you move football to next spring, the following spring, play it in the spring of 21? All of that is speculative at this point. Fortunately, we have some time. We probably have a couple of months here before those decisions have to get made. So we certainly hope that we'll be able to return and get our fans in the stadium. We've got the return of Coach Greg Schiano, and that's a moment we certainly want a full stadium for against Monmouth University. So we're going to monitor it every day, and we continue to update our coaches as we get information.
Let's talk a little bit about the health and welfare of your student athletes, because that's what this is all about. And I'm really talking about academics. I'm talking about strength and conditioning, tutoring, sports medicine, nutrition, housing, career development. There's a lot to think about. How are you digesting all of that?
And that is priority number one, is our student athletes and making sure that we're attending to all of their needs. On the academic front, they're doing really well. They've adjusted incredibly well. They're attending their classes. Our tutoring sessions are full, and the students are reporting online for their tutoring sessions, so they're doing really, really well there. It is a challenge in terms of the strength and conditioning and keeping the athletes. Obviously, we don't have access to our facilities right now. We don't have access to our coaches who may be able to provide them guidance through those exercises. So that's a challenge, although our student athletes are putting in a lot of work and making all the effort that they can. And then our LDSP, under the leadership of Christina Navarro, continue to provide as much as they can by way of career development, although you can't do everything the way you would like to do remotely. So there are challenges, But the team's working hard, and the student athletes have been just really receptive to everything that we've been doing.
Hey, Pat, congrats are definitely your two head coaches for your college basketball teams from this year. Steve Peichel named Jim Phelan award winner as the National Coach of the Year, and C. Vivian Stringer, the recipient of the John Wooden Legends of Coaching Award. It was on ESPN Sports Center. Quickly, how proud of those two are you?
I could not be more proud of two coaches. You know, they're two coaches at very different points in their careers, right? Vivian is a legend, and that the award recognizes, the John Wooden Award recognizes you are a legend in coaching. Steve jokes that that's his aspiration, is to someday be a legend in coaching.
He's on his way.
He's certainly well on his way. I thought it was great to get the recognition of the Jim Phelan Award for him. What an extraordinary year to be ranked for the first time in 41 years, have our first 20-win season in 37 years, and to be right there as we went into the Big Ten tournament. We were very confident that we were going to go deep into that tournament and deep into the NCAA tournament as well. And I think our women's team was also very confident. Arbella Garantes had a spectacular year. She'll probably be the preseason favorite for the Big Ten Player of the Year. I thought Arbella should have won Big Ten Player of the Year this year. And then, of course, you look at the team that Steve brings back next year. We're really, really excited about the future of basketball at Rutgers University.
So in 15 seconds or less, and I know that's not easy for you, Pat, tell me what you would like to say to the entire Rutgers community.
My overall message to the Rutgers community is thanks for all that you do. Thanks for the continued support. Thanks for being there for magical seasons for us. We're going to have a lot of magical seasons in the years ahead. Be well, be safe, and we wish you all the best.
Thanks again for joining us and keeping the Rutgers community updated. And stay healthy, my friend, okay? You and your family.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you very much.
And to all of our loyal viewers, we'll be back with future editions of Slice of KnightLife as we keep you up to date on everything going on that is Rutgers University on the banks of the old Raritan. I'm Bruce Beck. Stay healthy, everybody. Be safe. Be strong.